When we consider Germany's annual GDP against other European countries, Berlin is still the undisputed leader. However, taking into account other indicators such as GDP per capita, the German economy is only in eighth place. The Polish economy, which is growing relatively faster, is on track to approach, for example, Italy's in the next few years.
Co to znaczy dogonimy?
What
To
does it
znaczy,
mean
że
to
właśnie
catch
takie
up? It means that
parametry
such basic
podstawowe
parameters
jak
such as purchasing
siła
power as GDP
nabywcza,
per
jak i
capita,
BHP per
minimum wage to the
capita,
average,
jak
profitability, productivity
właśnie
will be close to the German ones. In contrast, Germany's 2020 GDP decline has set the country back 3 years economically. Pandemic lockdowns imposed on the economy and the collapse of the global auto market did not help Germany recover.
5 lat temu
5 years ago, I did such
takie
a study that
opracowanie, z
in
którego
20 years we
wynikało,
will
że
catch
za
up with Germany, and indeed, the
20
International
lat
Monetary
pogonimy
Fund
Niemcy i
confirms
rzeczywiście
this. According to statistics, it is during crises that the Polish economy does better than countries like France and Germany. According to Eurostat's data, since the beginning of the pandemic, Poland has been the only country in this part of Europe where high-tech industries have grown faster. In 2022, foreign direct investment in our country increased by 23% and reached a volume of more than 42 billion euros.
i tak naprawdę no,
If it hadn't
to
been for the events that happened in the 20th century, when Germany destroyed us and then communism came along, we probably would have been further ahead than Germany by now. In the regional German newspaper Ostsee Zeitung, the head of a freight company operating on the island of Usedom called for more investment in infrastructure on the German side of the border. Poland has invested heavily in recent years. Infrastructure, hotels, transportation, telecommunications are in part much more modern and better. On top of that, there are differences in prices and enough staff to handle guests. Meanwhile, in terms of infrastructure investment, the tunnel under the Świna River, which opened in June, is worth mentioning. It cost 900 million zloty to build.
rozbudowuje się.
The industry is expanding. We know about the construction of the LNG terminal. There are big plans at the moment, and the Germans are getting nervous because it's competition for the ports in Germany. The Polish economy is further aided by the reorganization of global supply chains. It is related to the experience after the coronavirus pandemic and the war in Ukraine. Some 22,000 Ukrainian companies were expected to move to Poland since the conflict began.